The Independent National Electoral Commission, the body responsible for the conduct of election in Nigeria, INEC, has officially dismissed the petition for the recall of Senator Natasha Akpoti, the suspended senator representing Kogi Central Senatorial District on the floor of the National Assembly. INEC announced this on its official X account, and it says, breaking news. The petition for the recall of the senator representing the Kogi Central Senatorial District has not met the requirements of Section 69, subsection A of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999 as amended. Detailed statement shortly. Now let us read their detailed explanation as to why they dismiss the petition to recall Senator Natasha Akpoti. They put this on their official X account. It said, press release. Outcome of the review of signatures or thumbprint of the petitioners for the recall of the senator representing Kogi Central Senatorial District. The commission held its regular weekly meeting today, Thursday, 3rd April 2025. Among other issues, the meeting considered and approved the report of its physical count of the signatures or thumbprint forwarded with the petition for the recall of the senator representing Kogi Central Senatorial District in line with Clause 2B of the Regulations and Guidelines for Recall 2024. The Commission had assured Nigerians that it will handle the matter with fairness to the parties involved and in line with the provisions of the law and our regulations and guidelines. First, we ensure that the petitioners comply with the requirement for the submission of the petition. Secondly, we notify the member sought to be recalled in writing, copy the presiding officer of the Senate, and simultaneously publish the notice on our website. Thirdly, we inform Nigerians that the next step will be to carefully ascertain the number of signatures or thumbprints to ensure that the petition complies with the requirements of the law. This exercise has now been completed. For emphasis, a petition for the recall of a senator must comply with the provision of Section 69, subsection A of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999 as amended, which requires the signature of more than one-half of the registered voters in the constituency. The total number of registered voters in the Kogi Central Senatorial District is 474,554. More than one-half of this figure, i.e. 50%, is 237,277 plus 1, which is at least 237,278 voters. Across the 902 polling units in 57 registration areas and 5 local government areas that make up the senatorial district, the Commission ascertained 208,132 signatures or thumbprints from the submission made by the petitioners. This translates to 43.86% of the registered voters, which falls short of the constitutional requirement by 29,146 signatures. Consequently, the petition has not met the requirement of Section 69, subsection A of the Constitution. Therefore, no further action shall be taken on the recall of the senator. In line with the provision of Clause 2D of the Regulations and Guidelines for Recall 2024, the Commission has issued a public notice to that effect, which is also copied to the presiding officer of the Senate. Before we go further, I want you to watch this video of Senator Natasha Akpoti during her homecoming in Kogi State, what she said about INEC and her recall process.
The few videos that circulated and pictures were in Ododo's ward and Yahaya Bello's ward. Most parts of Kogi Central, there was no activity. So what did they do? They went into some rooms and assembled a few of them and started filling in the petitions themselves. That was what they did. And I believe INEC has been notified of this. And this actually is another litmus test on INEC to redeem its image. 250,000, really? 250,000 here in Kogi Central came out in just about how many days? 3. In 2 days? In 2 days, 250,000 people came out to sign petitions for the recall of the most performing senator in Nigeria. Are they for real? From my own personal perspective, what I see INEC doing is aiding and guiding the petitioners on how to perfect their illicit acts. The first time the petition was submitted, they didn't have address, phone numbers, and all of that. So we ran a check administration of the association which sponsored my recall, Kogi Central Political Frontier, and the CAC report came negative that association is not registered. So I'm still waiting. I'm wondering why INEC has not yet made a statement to that effect.
First off, I think Senator Natasha Akpoti is a very intelligent woman. Not only is she a very intelligent woman, she's also a very intelligent politician. Most of our Nigerian politicians, they are not intelligent. I mean, they act without thinking. But Natasha Akpoti is one step ahead of them in this game of politics. She knows what she's doing. She knows the game of politics. And I'm going to tell you why I say so. First of all, let us start with her homecoming. When she announced her homecoming, they declared that they don't want her to host that homecoming because they know that she has that popularity. She has the appeal to gather crowd in Kogi State. And they know that if that is being held, it's going to send a signal across that the recall process against her is null and void. Because if this number of people could come out to welcome her, then who are actually the people that signed the signatures to recall her? Hence, they did everything possible to stop her from carrying out that homecoming. They instructed the security operative not to allow her in. They blocked all the road. And Natasha Akpoti wanted that homecoming to be organized because she knows who she is. She knows the popularity that she has. She knows that her people love her. She knows that her people will turn out. She wanted to use that homecoming to show Nigerians how popular she is. As an intelligent lady and politician that she is, she did not make use of the road because it has been blocked by the state government, Ododo. She decided to use a chopper. She flew in with a chopper to the homecoming event and she held it. It is reported that that event was held within her compound. That means, according to her, she says she did not break any law. She didn't make use of the road you block. She made use of the air. You did not block the airspace. That is where she outsmarted them and hosted that event. The video I played to you is a video of her telling INEC that she knows what they are doing. She knows the game plan they are trying to do. She knows that INEC is aiding and abetting these petitioners to recall her. She is warning INEC that anything that you are doing, I'm aware of it. If you eventually sign off my recall process, that means you have failed. That means you have shown that you are not an independent body. That means you have shown that you have taken sides with the Senate President Godswill Akpabio. What she did was to raise an alarm telling INEC that Nigerians are watching you. Whatever you do, Nigerians know that you have done it. And I strongly believe that what she did in that her homecoming by calling INEC out actually put INEC in a check. INEC is corrupt. If not for that homecoming that shows how popular she is in Kogi Central and that alarm she raised, INEC would have gone ahead to initiate her recall process. This is to show you how smart this lady is. This is to show you how she's outsmarting these so-called men who call themselves politicians. Like I said earlier, our Nigerian politicians are not really that smart. They are just dummies. You know, when your brain is filled with corruption, you think you can get away with your corrupt practices. You cannot think with your brain. This lady is teaching them how to play politics. This goes to show how empty they are on the floor of the National Assembly. It goes to show how they are scared of a successful woman. They don't want her to be on the floor of the National Assembly because they know that her presence in the National Assembly will be exposing their mediocrity. Of course, she's already exposing their mediocrity. Look at the way she is outsmarting them in every game they are trying to play. First of all, they sponsored protests against her, and her supporters also came out to protest against Godswill Akpabio. They initiated a recall process. Her supporters came out and alleged that that recall process is null and void, that they were deceived to come out for an empowerment program, not knowing that their signatures were needed to recall the most performing senator in Nigeria, according to her. And then she announced her homecoming. They did everything possible to frustrate her homecoming, but she outsmarted them and held that homecoming, which has announced her to Nigerian national politics. I can tell you for free, Senator Natasha Akpoti is not just a Kogi Central senator. She is a Nigerian politician that is being loved by everyone in Nigeria. One thing I love about her so much is the fact that she refused to be silenced. She refused to be mute. She refused to be intimidated. This lady has toured the world telling her stories. She is matching their madness with madness. She is even saying that Akpabio wants to kill her. From sexual harassment to murder, I don't think Akpabio will be able to survive all of this.
Then, I will say this, and I'm saying this openly as well. On the 14th day of March, at about 10:30 p.m.,
on the 14th day of March at about 10:30 p.m., I got calls that Governor Yahaya Bello was with Akpabio. That night. Now let me say this now. On the 14th of March at 10:30 p.m., mind you, 2 days before that, which was on the 12th, Akpabio had called Governor Dodo on the phone that he should commence my recall. But Governor Dodo told him it would be impossible. No, hold on. This was what Governor Dodo said on the 12th. Listen. He said, on the 12th of March, Akpabio spoke to Governor Dodo to recall me. But he told him to be impossible because the masses are with her, the people are with her. But Akpabio was not satisfied. He then sent for Yahaya Bello. And it was actually Senator Asukwo from Cross River that drove Yahaya Bello from Hilton Hotel. I was informed of everything. And when I got to know, hold on, the meetings was in two folds. He told him to commence my recall. And that he was going to fund it. Of course, monies changed hands that night. The second thing he told him was that he should try and kill me. I didn't make this public, but I wrote to the IG of police. And Akpabio told Yahaya Bello, I am saying, standing by what I've said. He told him that he should make sure that killing me does not happen in Abuja, it should be done here. So it will seem as if it's the people that killed me here. I didn't make that public, but we did notify the security agencies of that. I called on the media houses. I called on This Day, I called on Punch, I called on a number of apps that I know. I tried to get them publish the information ahead of time. That look, this is the nature of the meeting. They are going to commence my recall. But of course, the print media, if you don't have evidence, they will not be able to put it out. So they said, Natasha, do you have any evidence that your recall is being planned? I said, I don't have any evidence, but I know that the meeting took place and this was what transpired. But you see, 3 days after, the recall started and they called me, oh, you said it. I said, I did tell you that this was going to happen. But what is it now for us? We saw what happened. They came around, deceived our women that there was an empowerment program going on. They told them to come